welcome to my channel. I'm Golden Glam, aka Rochelle, and we're gonna get into the video, I guess. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. If you hear a noise in the background, it's so something's going on with our AC. Nathan's supposed to try to figure it out. Figures whatever's going on with it today, since today is one of his days off. So it's not an AC that's running, it's like our house, which is really great because we don't have to run our AC in the summer if we don't want to. Like, we could save money because there's this thing that's on the ceiling that literally like cools your house down. That's what that is. It's not connected to the AC unit. I don't know. I ain't never seen that thing before. I don't know what it's called or nothing. But basically, it cools the house down. Well, it cools the living room area, and then if you leave the door open, it'll cool the rooms too. But the rooms are not gonna be as cool as the living room. Anyways, sorry, but I was just letting y'all know about the noise. If you hear it, I'm sorry. And also, I have a fan. You know the fan that you don't know, but I do my own individual lashes. So I have a fan that I use for my lashes. I put it, y'all can't see it. I ain't even gonna show you. It's underneath my robe, between my bra and my skin. So that way, if you guys hear that too, I'm sorry, but it's hot, okay? I like my house at 68. It is not that, okay? The living room might be like 72, 73-ish. The rooms are like 80, 85 kind of temperatures. So I gotta do what I gotta do. So I'm sorry. So if you hear the fan, I don't know what to say. It is what it is. So until we figure this whole AC thing out. If something's wrong with the AC, I mean, we got a warranty on it, so it's gonna be fixed or whatever. But he needs to come on, or go get a fan. Like, we need a fan or something in the room. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, there's a lot, but it's gonna be several parts. Oops. It might be 2 parts or 3 parts. See, if you've heard things like, "You made me do this," "I only act this way towards you," "If you do what I tell you, I would not react this way," "You don't get to disobey me," "Do what I tell you," "I'm sorry, it won't happen again," "I'll get help," chances are you are in an abusive relationship if you've heard those things. I certainly was. And I didn't realize it while I was in it. I knew things were like not right, but I didn't know it was like abuse until the end. Then I'm like, okay. Thank God that I made it out, because I almost didn't. I made a phone call that saved my life. I'll tell you guys, like, I guess this is just talking about the abuse part, but I guess I can tell you guys in a later video how I left and how I ended up in the hospital. And yeah, I'll let y'all know at a later time. But this is basic, just only about I guess the ending was abusive. But all right, let's go with what the definition of abuse is. Okay, abuse is basically an improper usage or treatment of something or someone that basically for you to obtain some kind of benefit, like, but a lot of times it has to do with control. Okay, but treating someone cruel, and it's not limited to just physical. Now, types of abuse: verbal abuse, psychological abuse, emotion, and I put psychological and emotional abuse together. um, because they're intertwined. Like they affect each other. You know, I don't think you can have one without the other. Social abuse, financial abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, harassment, stalking, abandonment and neglect, spiritual or religious abuse, productive abuse, image based abuse, technological abuse, academic abuse. There's so many different types of abuse out there that you can experience. I didn't experience all of them, but I experienced quite a bit with Sean. Um, but today we're going to talk about verbal abuse because that was like the thing that I knew it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that's popped out to me first. And even when I went to counseling and stuff, I said that it was like verbal abuse, and then it got physical at the end, but that's not even true either. It was actually physical early on, but I'm gonna tell y'all later when we talk about the physical part. So verbal abuse, psychological slash emotional abuse. Those are the things that we're gonna go over today. So what is verbal abuse? I think everybody knows this. Basically, using your words to degrade, to name call, to insult. That's pretty much that is what it is. To insult someone, to control them or intimidate them. So that's verbal abuse. Psychological abuse slash emotional abuse. Lying, degrading, intimidating, harassment, all that are due to control you to do what they want you to do. Why is my nose stuffed? First of all, let me tell you guys how our relationship started. You guys have heard this love bombing? That's how it started. So, remember our first date, we went, I was in Richmond at that time. We went to this Japanese Asian kind of restaurant. When I was in college, I went to that place or whatever. I don't know if he knew about it or I suggested it. I don't know. Anyways, we ended up going there. It was a cute little date, you know what I'm saying? Like nice and cute. Then after, we walked around Richmond area, you know, because it's like around BCU. I know some stuff. So we walked around for a little bit. Then we got in his car, and then we went around some kind of, it was like water. I can't remember what it was. Yo, I lived in Richmond. Anyways, it was some kind of like lake, but it was a man-made lake. And then he parked there, and then we had a conversation. You know, like me telling him about myself, and him telling me about him. I don't know who asked who, but I told him about my life, which I'm gonna make different story times about what happened in my life or whatever. So I told him stories. Now, my life, there's a lot of traumatic experiences in my life, okay? If y'all watch my social media, on Snapchat, Instagram, I'm an open book. I don't really hide anything. I talk about anything and everything. So, with that, since I'm getting to know him, that's a thing you don't divulge too much when you're dating. Well, that's not true because I got a fiance and I divulge everything. I told him, look, we talk about that on our first date, that marriage was our goal. So that's not true either. But anyways, for the kind of person he is, you don't have to think. There's traumatic experiences, so yes, I expected him to have some kind of emotions. I didn't expect him to cry, but dude cried. Dude cried, like cried. Okay, and there were traumatic experiences, like I said. So yes, I expected some kind of emotion, and even crying. If it was a female, I would have expected. Call me sexist, I don't care. If it was female, yes, I could see a female tearing up. A man, I don't necessarily think that he's gonna cry. Okay, so, but when he cried, like certain parts of my story, he cried, and I felt like there was nothing to cry about. I was like, I told him all that other stuff, and I was like, I expected the emotion, but certain things that I told him, I did not expect him to cry. I was like, that's what you cry about? I was like, you know what I'm saying? So I was thinking that in my head. When he was crying on the parts that I didn't feel like wanted to cry, thought went into my head then, which, y'all, that was probably my intuition or God talking to me. But the thought quickly went through my brain. He was like, is he being genuine? The thought came, and then it got twisted somehow, some way. I guess I did it, turned it around, saying, oh, he's cute, he's a man, and he's crying, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But that thought came to my. I remember it. I was like, is it genuine? But as quick as it came, it left that quick. I was able to, I guess, turn it around. Then he told me his life story, and I'm going to tell you guys this because that was part of the psychological abuse thing, emotional psychological abuse. That was part of it, because let me tell y'all. So he told me basically his family used to be rich. He used to live in a nice house. It was him, his dad, and his mom, and then his Lord, I forgot how many siblings he had now. I think as much as Nathan. I think there were like 10 of them. I think it was 3 girls. Oh, there were 7 of them. I had to remember because I forgot. What's with me dating guys with all the siblings? Nathan got he has 7 siblings. So, anyways, so yeah, so he told me him and his siblings. There was 7 of them. Him and his 6 siblings. I don't know if I don't want to use her name. If his youngest sister was born yet, I don't remember that part. But he basically said one night he was sleeping, kind of like a movie type shit. One night he was sleeping, and then the cops came and took him. He said the man that he thought was his dad. That's what he told me. And then they had to leave, and it was a abuse thing, and with his mom. So that's what he told me. Is it called foreshadowing when you tell something that's gonna happen? Anyways, so the reason why I say this is that was a psychological plot, because he told me he has never told that story to anyone. Okay? He never told that story to anyone. Well, a year after our breakup, he was trying to cheat on his current girlfriend with me. I didn't know that he was in a relationship, but something told me to look at, I don't know, his Instagram or whatever the heck. And then, cause I still wanted to like be friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was in deep with him. I literally, it took me a year to get over him, and that's because of this girl. she gave me closure. He told her kind of the same story, but not, some things were not what he told me. He switched things up. So that's another thing. So I'm like, is that something that he does? Kicker. He also told her he has never told that story to anyone. So I when that I was like, oh wow. So now I'm like, so it wasn't genuine. It wasn't genuine. He probably made that shit up. Like, and if he didn't, I'm sorry, but that's he probably made it up to get me in, like having the intimacy, sharing things, the love bombing. The love bombing stage has, like, they buy you gifts, take you on trips, could be that, which, yeah. In my case, like, make everything like so perfect. After our first date, we started hanging out every day, not every other day. Very early on, we went to DC. It was supposed to be a one night trip, but it ended up being, I think, 2 to 3 nights. There were red flags there too when we went on the trip. Um, so I'm pretty sure we stopped to do something, either get gas or blah blah or whatever. He lost his wallet, but I knew he lost his wallet in the car. He's like getting mad. He's like cussing and stuff. He blamed me for it, and I'm like, he thought he handed it to me when when we were getting whatever. He didn't. So I'm like, no, you didn't hand it to me. He was like, yes, I did, and he was like, he was getting mad, like he got mad. Now, I don't think we were at that stage for him to show his ass like he did, but he got mad, like it was ugly. Um, and I was trying to calm him down. I was like, you didn't lose it, like it's in the car somewhere. Well, when we got to the hotel, he got out and he found his wallet on his side. It was his car, so on the driver's side, he found his wallet. Y'all, when I said it was a complete change, it was like from to like it was a complete change, like, of behavior. He started smiling and like laughing and I of course I was like, I told you it was in the car, and I was like, I don't know why you got so mad and blah blah. I should have told his ass to take me home then. Anyways, but like I was like, I don't know why you got so mad. He told me he did not get mad. He was like, you haven't seen me mad. I was joking. Gaslighting. He was mad. I know what mad look like. I know when people are joking and when people are not. He was not joking. So that's what he said. He said he was joking. I didn't believe that he was joking, but I was just like, okay, we're here. We're checking into the hotel and blah blah. So we, went out to eat. We chilled at the we went out to eat, chilled, went like different places in DC, Alexandria area, drive around, stuff like that. Did we go to the mall? Not the mall, like stores. Anyways, whatever. We did stuff. We had cupcake place, blah blah, all that stuff. Oh, in the hotel, he was like, if you ever want to know if the person is right for you, take them on a trip to see how they really are, or something to that effect. We were clashing a lot, like, and it was unnecessary clashing. I don't remember what it was. I just remember us clashing a lot. The wallet thing happened, then it was a lot of clash. But overall, though, the trip was good. It got good at the end. Yo, we were fighting a lot. I don't remember what the fights were about though. I just remember we were fighting a lot. And then that's why he said that comment. So basically saying like I'm not the one he should be dating. The trip ended up good. So on our way back, it was nighttime. The man said, out of it, we were driving back, it was night. He was like, for all you know, I could be a serial killer. And I could kill you right now. Like, I don't know why that did not alarm me. And I was like, no, you wouldn't. Like, that's what I said. I said, no, you wouldn't. And then, like, he started laughing. And then he was like, oh, sorry, I have dry humor or something like that, or whatever. That was his explanation. But thinking about it, I don't know no more. I don't know if that was a joke. I don't know if God spared me. I don't know. So that's red flag. But y'all, we were hanging around every day. So within a month, I fell in love with him. So I don't know if that was what it was, or I just, cause now I see that as a red flag. Or even after I got out, like I was in counseling, I recognized that was a red flag. But in it, I thought he was joking, and that really could have been really serious. Anyways, my mom knew I was with him, and I also messaged my friend, so if anything happened, she knew. This knows this stuff, and I'm getting mad. When he said that, I feel like that was low-key a psychological, emotional type of abuse too. But y'all let me know. Do you joke like that with people that you don't know that well? Then there was this other incident where I was ready to go then, but we were walking in his neighborhood, and we were walking like we were walking away from his neighborhood. Now we're in like a main street, busy street, a back street, but still like it's like not in the neighborhood anymore. So there was cars going this way, cars going, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot, but we were walking together. He wanted to cross the street. I saw a car coming. And truth to be told, I probably could have made it across the street, but I did not feel comfortable. I told him no. Like, I even said no. Like, I don't want to do it right now. But he crossed the street. He got mad, y'all. He got mad. He got upset. He called me a beef for the first time. Oh, there's plenty of times after that I was name calling him. But he was like, you don't disobey me. If I tell you to cross the street, you cross the street. And I was like, don't yell at me, and then don't ever call me a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, even throughout my whole relationship, I stood up for myself, but I didn't leave. That was the thing. So he was just doing all that stuff. So I fussed him out, and then I turned around to go in his house to get my shit. So he ran after me, and then he started crying, talking about, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. I shouldn't have called you that. I won't do it again. Type thing. So many of that happened throughout a year of being together. A year. I was that dumb. Was crying to suck me in. That's psychological and emotional abuse. So I could stay. And my stupid tail stayed. I stayed because he was crying. He like he was like, "Don't go," blah blah, and then we ended up probably either watching a movie or whatever. And then I guess I forgave, and that was that. Then there was this other situation where, should I tell that one first? Okay, so I would go to work and then I would come home and then the way our room was, the washer and dryer was right there, our closet was right there, the bathroom was right there. So literally, all you had to do, you got into the room, get naked, throw your clothes. You didn't even need a hamper for real. We had one. We didn't need it. Throw the clothes in the washer, and then go take your shower, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes like I would forget to empty my pocket, and gum wrappers, whatever was in my gum, I guess, was in the washer and dryer. Which I understand about the gum, like if it, but